I want to talk about why the Ivory Coast 2012 finals lost was kind of the most embarrassing loss. One of the reasons why I think the Ivory Coast um, final loss was kind of the most embarrassing loss, it's because the 2012 run to the finals in general was not only were they the favorites, but there was no Nigeria, no Algeria, no Cameroon, and no Egypt in this tournament. These four big team weren't even in the tournament, and Ivory Coast could not win. Now, could they have won if they went up against Ghana as opposed to Zambia? Ivory Coast first Afcon, they went against Ghana, and then they won by penalty shootout. And then in 2015, they won the Afcon and they beat Ghana by penalty shootout. Could they have won if they went up against Ghana in the 2012 Afcon final as opposed to Zambia? I mean, it's hard to say because what happened in that Zambia final, um, Drogba missed the penalty. He missed the penalty that prevented Ivory Coast from winning in normal time. That penalty missed did not cost the Ivory Coast the championship. What cost the Ivory Coast the championship was Gervinho missed penalty in the penalty shootouts. I think based upon their history, I think if Ivory Coast went against Ghana as opposed to Zambia in the finals in 2012, I think the Ivory Coast would have won, just based on their history. But this is just hypothetical because we don't know if Drogba still would have missed that penalty in regular time against Zambia. We don't know if Drogba would have made that penalty against Ghana that he missed against Zambia. But I say the 2012 run was the most easiest run to the final because there was no Cameroon, no Egypt, no Nigeria, and no Algeria. The 2006 run was a lot more underrated because in the quarterfinal they went against Cameroon, Eto's Cameroon, and then they beat them by penalty shootouts. And then in the semifinal, they went against Nigeria. They won by 1 goal, and then they lost by penalty shootout against Egypt. Egypt has been a powerhouse in Africa because They are the national team that have won the most Afcon. That finals run was a lot more underrated than the 2012 run. People like to say the Ivory Coast did not concede a goal throughout the tournament, but that tournament for me, it was not really. Most of the big team that I mentioned weren't even in the tournament. So for me, that run was kind of overrated. It doesn't matter whether they did that run without conceding a goal. Now, 2015, the one where they won, oh shit, what am I doing? Okay. They faced Algeria. That one was actually tough because Algeria was in the tournament. And then they beat the Congo. And then they went against Ghana. And then they beat Ghana. And then they won the Afcon. Cameroon was in their group stage. But were they even good in 20, was Cameroon national team even good in 2015? I mean, Eto'o took his retirement, his well-deserved retirement because he already won like two Afcon as one of Cameroon's greats. I don't know if they were that good. They didn't even make it to the knockout stage. But I don't know. But I mean, the two big teams that they defeated in the knockout stage was Algeria and then Ghana in the final. So that one was much harder than the 2012 run. Okay, that's pretty much it.